Right, my garage door. The last part, if you've seen it, the video I put up, it was quite a few weeks ago. The messing around with it and adjusting it was not successful and it all jammed up. So tonight I'm going to have another go at it. In fact, this is an intro. I've already done it. And let's see how successful it is. Is it going to be unsuccessful, fully successful, or 50-50? We'll see. Okay, let's dive in garage. Well, I already have done. And I suppose another look at the dehumidifier. The red light was on, saying water full, and this is the container. You can see that it's got a little float in it, so when it's full it knocks off so it doesn't flood out. I know there were suggestions I put a pipe out of the back and through the wall, but this is only a temporary thing, I guess. Really wintry, cold weather, well, extremely rainy. So there's condensation on there. You can see that. You see it changing colour. It's just a dull. I mean, it's not as wet as what it used to get, but it is wet. So that installation has only been semi-successful, really. So have I been a chimp? Well, I think so, because a few people have pointed out, and I had been looking and I had noticed something wasn't right. So let me move that tripod. If you can see this, hang on, have I got a little torch here? See, there's a groove in there. This comes along and then it's got a step in it, and this has got a lip on it. You can see the lip sticking out, and that has to grab on that there. And down here, that isn't. So this runner wants to go that way a bit. So that grabs on that holder. But this side, yep, we're fine at the bottom, but at the top, we're not. We're nowhere near. It's there. So this needs to go that way. And what else is telling us that is that because I've trapped that on there and tightened it, it's pressed on that lip. That, you can see it. Let's just move this out of the way. It's pressed on that lip and pushed this round like that. So as you can see, the gap there, this is twisted. And of course it's in its whole length from down there, which is clamped okay, up to here, which is not. So I need to slacken that, knock that back, and get that clamp hooked back into that guide. And I think we might be cooking with gas and it might work again, because it was working. And the other thing is, I want to take this cover off. I did, when I first fitted this, I actually set the limits Now the limits are electronically set. They're not on the old type were 2 micro switches and you wound like a spiral thread up and down, and that adjusted the limits. But this is electronic, and there's a button you press, I believe, or a switch, a dip switch maybe, and then you guide the door either down or up to where you want it. Now the door can never go past there because that's the stop, so it needs to stop just before that. And then obviously at the bottom is sat hard on the ground. It's not a bad thing in itself, other than I think the limit's been set or it's adjusted itself over time, or slipped or whatever. And I think it's too hard down on ground. So I need to take it up. I think you take it midway, and then you can either take it up with one button, down with another button. When you're happy with what you've got, sure, if you press another button. I've printed some instructions off I've got in the house, so I'll have a look at them. And I'll have a go at that door. But I'm going to do that first. Okay. Oh, bottom one's okay. And this one's not. Just double check. Yeah. Right. Right, that's back in its notch. Right, and that looks okay now. Yeah, I had a suggestion. I put a block of wood in here with door up, so I could knock this back to shape. But as I suspected, it sprang. It sprang back into shape. It's okay. So I need to give it a try. Oh, what else I need to do is then take that cover off. Yeah, I need to whip that cover off. Right. So we've set the limits. They're lit. They're not flashing. What the camera's doing. That's because I've got it set at 50 hertz. No, I haven't. 30. It's interacting somehow with AC. Okay, so it said operate the door a few times now. I don't like that. I thought I've just set the down limit. It presses so hard. It must work on some sort of overload. Still open more at one side than other. So conclusion, it's still holding a bit of damp on it. Not perfectly dry in that, it's slightly wet. You see that? There's condensation on it. So this insulation is not the ideal. It really wants a new door. But needs must at the moment. And I think we're going to have to stick with it for now. I think what I could do, let me just open it a bit and show you. I think it's struggling a bit on this drum here, because I think some screws have come out. The screw there, that one, a screw missing. Let's see if I can light it up with torch. That screw there's come out of that drum. That one's drilling and a new screw putting in. That'll keep it tight on drum. Probably a big washer on it as well. So that's something I need to do. It needs tightening up. Okay, but it's working. Yeah, it's pushing like Billy on there, on top here, and it's because that screw's missing. It's not keeping it tight onto the drum. So that's something I need to do, wind it round, open the door a little bit, get a drill. All they are is like a self-tapper, because that is plastic, like a nylon. I thought it was steel, but it's not. It's just plastic. So yeah, that's something I need to do, is refix that screw. And it might work a bit better and open better. We'll see. So we've had a mild success. And at the moment, it's saved me buying another door. That's what it's got on. I don't think they're a bad door, it's just they're not insulated. But for now, it'll do. I'm happy with that. Okay. It's a 50-50, ain't it? At least I've got it working again. Okay, so as you've seen, shall we say 50-50? There's still a bit of damp on that door and it's still pulling moisture, but another couple of weeks time it'll all stop and it'll be okay then all summer and back into next autumn. So I've got a little bit of stretch room for that and decide what I want to do. As you saw, the roll has come away. I think I once repaired the left hand side one. It's on a tin, and with it rolling all the time, the heads pull through the little tin that hold it to the drum, the plastic drum. And I've got some screws out here to do it with, which are some like penny washers, and a fairly hefty self tapper. I've got a couple of them, so tomorrow I'll bang them in and then we'll look like we're done. Okay, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, comment. I know what you're going to say after. You're going to say you're an idiot. By the way, my little mule, I think I've got his card up here somewhere, and Trollforge, they both mentioned about the frame having twist in it, which it was. I didn't need to put a block in it and bray it out. As you've seen, it all I had to do was just undo the bolt and get it in the right place, and it all went back. So there's just that drum to do. I haven't done the outside yet. That tannalised timber you were on about, turning them round so they were that way on. Of course, rain will then get stuck in the grooves that way. Can't win really. But I know what you're saying. It's not a good idea to have rain dropping into an end grain. And I have got a gallon can. It's down here, that I bought when I did my pond. And it soaks in. It's like water. It's clear, just like water. You'd think it won't do anything, but apparently it's quite good stuff. But that tannalised timber I bought, that decking, it's got 15-year life on it, and it's over 5 years old now, and it's still like new. I think it'll last a lot longer than that laminated stuff. So yeah, it's another job for another day. Thanks for your comments though, guys. All taken under the belt. Thank you very much. And we'll see you on the next one, whenever that might be. We're back on TVR, I guess.